Welcome back to Learning Curves. Today I'm going to learn some things about DIYing, about painting wood, about painting metal, and I'm going to learn if I'm any good at DIY videos. So far, it's not looking great. This is like the 47th time I've shot this opening. They've all been really uncomfortable. Hi, welcome to Learning Curves. Learning Curves. You got to bump. Thanks for meeting me at the place. The Fireplace. This little DIY, okay? Today, I'm going to be trying to not ruin this fireplace, and in fact, maybe make it prettier. We'll see. So yeah, we bought the house 4 years ago, and it had this pretty dated 90's fireplace in it. It's got some brass elements. It's got this yellowy, shiny wood, and we don't really love how it looks. I don't really love how it looks. My husband doesn't really care how it looks. But it does kind of jut out into our space. You have to have gas and electric hooked up to it for it to work. So it's not an easy sell, plus again, it's not cute. But also, if we took it out, we have some wainscoting, some beadboard that stops on either side of the fireplace, so we would have to patch that, and I think that would be pretty obvious that it was patched. We're not really sure flooring wise what's beneath it, so if there's no flooring there, it'd be an added, concern. So once we decided to keep it, I started thinking about DIY stuff. I'm not too afraid of paint in general. However, I do have some respect for preparation of the surface using the appropriate paint, primer, all that business. It is a fireplace. It does get hot. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the automotive primer, and then we're gonna do the high heat, the white paint. I mean, if there's a crazy thing to overthink as much as I've overthought it, I think it's the color of the white paint. It can just make such a difference. I did some reading about finding the right white paint color, and it was talking about the direction that the room faces, or the direction that the sunlight comes in from, affecting what undertone you should use. So if sunlight comes in from the north, this is the north, or the east, that's the east. We have 2 windows there. We've got 3 big windows here. We've got a tiny window over there. But if it comes from the north or the west, you should use a warm undertone white. Otherwise, it could feel frigid if you use a cool undertone. Whereas if you have a room that is lit from the south or the west, you should use a cool undertone. Otherwise, it could look kind of dingy. So I did something crazy, you guys. I picked up some little chips of different warm undertone whites, and I went with this Fireplace white. I did Bare Premium Plus, and yeah, you're looking at a quart. I went ahead and bought a quart, and you know what you're not seeing? You can't because it's not in frame, but also nowhere on here is a test section. I didn't test the color. I just went ahead and bought it, and I'm just gonna paint it. Just what? No, just a little cowboy over here. I don't think I can explain to you how much I overthink these pieces. Yeah, so in short, we're keeping the fireplace. We are spray painting the parts that come off, priming them with the automotive primer, and then painting them matte black with the high heat paint. And then painting the frame that does not come off white, along with the rest of it. After it's been sanded, I'm also gonna sand the metal lightly. We'll see what happens there. So I have to just do it now or whatever, right? I forgot to mention that I bought a primer for the white paint that's going on the brass trim. Because it's metal, and I know that the paint that I bought for the white is not supposed to be used for metal, I wanted to get a primer. So I got this kills all purpose, but I'm hoping that if I prime, that it will just be 1 layer of primer and 1 layer of paint. So I'm gonna quit talking and start doing. I don't know, that's good enough, I think. You're never gonna see the inside. I'm a little worried about that this feels kind of discolored. colored. I kind of want to paint over that. I mean, it probably does come off, right? Because it, ooh. Ooh. I kind of want to paint this too. Taping is complete. Let's get to sanding. Nothing? I've looked better. Sanding sucks, it sucks. And also, I always forget on just about every project how much of the project is not doing the part that you call it. You know what I mean? Like I'm painting, but I haven't started painting yet. That's gonna take the least amount of time is actually painting it. You know, when you're doing a sewing project, sewing is a very tiny part of it. So I'm gonna clean it up and do some priming. So we are all cleaned and ready to prime. I'm gonna get started. I also have a washcloth, well, an old cloth that's half dry, half wet. So, because my husband used to work in the paint department of like a home improvement store, and he keeps telling me like, primer's no joke, yo, or like however he talks. And so I have this on hand to wipe up any spills that inevitably happen. Priming. I tried out the roller and I felt like it was leaving a texture that I didn't like. I knew I wasn't going to be able to roll the entire thing, so I knew I'd have to use a brush at some point. And I didn't mind how the brush looked, but I already like it so much better with the black. I mean, that's just negative space there. It'll actually have the, I need to go paint those now. Well, sand them, clean them, paint them. And then I'm going to come back and paint this white. I'm excited. What do you think? If you don't like it, don't tell me. But if you like it, totally tell me. I'm excited. My husband's even excited. And he doesn't get excited. Okay, he's not excited. But I just asked him if he liked it better. And he immediately said yes. Guys, that's a big deal for him, okay? And for me. To hear from him. Well, I'll see you later. I have sunny face, don't I? Like, I have a face like it's sunny. Whatever. I've got medium grip because that's what I preferred to use on the border part. I liked that a lot better than the fine. And I'm gonna start sanding these. I did it. 6 sanded bars. I'm gonna go inside, wash them, bring them back out to dry them, and get to spray painting. I totally forgot about this. So I have to sand and clean this now. finished painting the matte black pieces, and now I'm ready to proceed with the final step, which is painting our white paint color. Obviously the lighting is a lot different now because it is later than when I started, very later than when I started. We're just gonna go for it. So I just finished my first coat of paint. I say first because I'm pretty sure I should do a second one. Yeah, I'm tired. So I'm gonna drink some water and sit for a little bit and come back. I finished. 1 coat of primer, 2 coats of paint. I don't have the black parts in yet, and I don't have the tape taken off, and I don't have everything cleaned up and reset. I'm gonna do that at a later point in time, but pretty proud of it. I mean, it was a long day. It was a long day, and it was a couple weeks ago, actually. You know, we've been in this house for 4 years, and there have really not been a lot of things we've done to it to make it our own. The couple we bought it from, they had very strong tastes, and there are some of those tastes that I'm trying to step back a little bit to make room for our own tastes. But I do think that having this feel a little more cohesive in the space and less combative with other colors going on. We don't have any brass anywhere else. Now we don't have any brass here. We have like 6 different colors of wood in this room, and now we have 1 less. Yeah, as far as the warm white paint color that I so boldly chose, I do feel like it works in this room. The only thing that I'm a little about is that it is right up against this trim, and this trim I think you can tell is a I don't know if it's regular or cool white, but it's definitely not as warm as this one, and I think it kind of stands out a little there. But yeah, super pleased. I would do it again. I'm so glad I do not have to do it again. And we can move on to other projects. Speaking of, we have a giant renovation that we're doing on our home. We have a tiny bedroom upstairs that is getting busted out to 2 bedrooms and then a new roof, and we're getting our laundry room moved upstairs, so maybe I'll actually do some sometimes instead of making my husband carry everything down 2 flights of stairs and back up, just being like, I'm so pregnant, you probably better do it. It's terrible. But I'm super excited to have blank slates to get to really put our voice into, so I just have to find out what that voice is. So I think I'm gonna make some mood boards for some of those rooms. If anyone's interested in seeing those mood boards or any videos on that renovation process and progress, please let me know. You're almost definitely gonna see them anyway, but I'd like to know that you want that content. So what do you think? Have you done something similar, or are you thinking about doing something similar? If so, I really want to know, and I want to know how you would have done anything differently. Maybe a different application for the white primer and paint that maybe would have taken a little less time. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like this video, and please consider subscribing. See you next time. Bye. Now we just have to successorize.